Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to Dr. Pai's Astrology channel. We are back with Ksanati. Namaste, Ksanati. Welcome back. How are you?
Namaste, Navjeet. It's such a pleasure to be here with you to continue our series of how to improve our karma through bhakti remedy. Today, we'll be focusing on Shukra. A couple weeks ago, we did Moon, and we will go through all of the Navagraha until we have 9 bhakti remedial videos for each planet. And my intention behind this video is that regardless of your confidence in the Sanskrit language, you will be able to use these videos to develop a deeper relationship with the various planets through bhakti. I have seen some comments in my previous video that I just quickly wanted to address. And one of those things that I wanted to address from the previous videos was that someone was saying, you know, the pronunciation of Sanskrit needs to be perfect in order for you to receive the power of the mantra. And I just wanted to present another way of looking at this perspective because while it's so important to study Sanskrit, and of course, I've studied Sanskrit for 3 years, I studied Sanskrit with a Sanskrit guru. Um, but I don't want people to be afraid to approach these mantras because they haven't studied Sanskrit professionally. Of course, as Jyotisha, we have a responsibility to continue our Sanskrit knowledge. As lovers of Jyotish, as clients of Jyotish, as self-students of Jyotish, this is to improve your devotional relationship with each planet. Again, I want to emphasize it's the energy and the intention with what you share the mantra. It's not about the perfect pronunciation. And it doesn't mean that we shouldn't study Sanskrit as to have a perfect pronunciation. But it means that the intention of this series is to develop and improve our planetary karma through bhakti. And I encourage everyone to do that without the perfectionism quality. Right? It doesn't mean we're not consistently trying to improve our pronunciation, but it means we're not beating up on ourselves, or for all you Sanskrit scholars there, beating up on us regular people because of your proficiency of the language. Right? Let's focus around unconditional love, empathy, and equality versus judgment, criticism, and harshness. Beautiful. Okay, so a little bit about my approach today. It's the Venus Bhakti remedies. And again, just a little bit of kind of where to understand when to apply these Venus Bhakti remedies. But before I get started, of course, I need to do a quick mantra to my guru, Amritananda Mahima. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Tasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vija Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Amriteshwari Nama Tvameva Sarvam Amriteshwari Nama Tvameva Sarvam Matamritananda Mahima. Maharani ki jai. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Beautiful. Okay, so when to apply these Venus remedies. Now, of course, you're in Venus Mahadasha, you're in Venus Antardasha, you're in Venus Pranchardasha, any Venus Bhakti. If you have, if you're a Taurus ascendant, if you're a Libra ascendant, if you have any planet in a Venus nakshatra, such as Bharani, such as Purva Falguni, such as any of the Venus positions in your chart, you will apply these Venus remedies. Now, there are two types of different Venus remedies, which I want you to consider. As we did in the previous video, we will do in this one. One is the Bija mantra, which is the traditional seed sound. And when we focus on the traditional seed sound, what we're doing with Shukra is we're creating balance, right? It's not dealing with specific karmas in the chart, but it's creating balance. One of the things that you'll see when we read the Venus Maha Sutra is that Venus is the guru of duality. Venus is the yin and the yang. Venus is dualism, right? It is the experience of one extreme and the opposite. And so one of the things that I think Venus wants for all of humanity, which is absolutely beautiful, and when we perform the mantra, I want you to try to imagine this effect happening, is to be in balance and harmony with everything that exists. That means balance and harmony with the three kingdoms. The three kingdom is the human kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the plant kingdom. So balance in the human kingdom means all our relationships, not just the romantic ones, but all of our relationship, our friends, our family members, our husband and our wives, strangers, our colleagues, our coworkers, everyone in the world. When we do these Venus remedy, may it bring harmony and balance to all of your relationships. Also animals, right? Animal kingdom. We all have pets out there, but there's also animals in the world. As technology has gone on, as time advances, we become more separated from how close animals are to us. But the birds and the fish and the dogs and the cats and the tigers and the bears and the, snakes, all of these beautiful animals are here to teach us. And if we're not in balance and harmony and observation of these animal teachers, we are missing out on God's grace. So with these Venus mantra, may it bring us into balance and harmony with the animal kingdom. And of course, the plant kingdom, which is all of creation. May we be in balance and harmony with the grass. May we be in balance and harmony with the ocean. May we be in balance and harmony with the trees and the herbs and the flowers which surround us. We think of sometimes often that Venus represents beauty, but beauty is just not exactly George Clooney and Jennifer Lawrence. Beauty is also the beauty of nature, the beauty of animals, the beauty of the world that surrounds us. See, a beautiful concept to better understand Venus as we do some of these deeper gleamings is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? We think of beauty as something that is objective, but beauty is a subjective thing, right? Imagine an alien race comes to America or comes to Earth. They will think all of us are horribly ugly because they have no way of perceiving beauty from our features. Just like how if we were to run into an alien, perhaps we would think of them as grotesque and disgusting when they may be the Brad Pitt of Planet X. In this sense, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? That is why sometimes when you're born in a certain place, that's the type of person that you see beauty in, right? Right? I mean, we see beauty in people from our own culture. Although, dependent on your chart, if beauty is kind of breaking these traditions and norms, you may experience beauty outside of your culture. You know, sometimes we find this, right? Rahu in the seventh house. You probably won't be attracted to someone from your own culture, right? Venus retrograde. You probably won't be attracted to someone from your own culture, right? So, in this sense, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We also understand that one man's meat is another man's poison, right? What is beautiful and valuable and balancing for some is a poison, is a detriment, is a negative thing for other people, right? Some people can have a beautiful relationship with certain plant medicines out there, like ayahuasca, marijuana. Other people struggle with addiction and shouldn't touch anything mind altering. We have to understand that beauty is not a standard, but it is something for each unique individual to be interpreted that is natural for their soul's karma. And so when we do this Venus mantra, connect to your beauty, not what you're told is beauty, but what naturally feels like beauty to you. You know? So that's these Venus seed sound to increase the balance and harmony in our relationship with beauty, in our relationship with humans, animals, and plants, and to increase. We think when we do Venus remedies, it gives us material prosperity. But actually, what Venus wants is not necessarily prosperity, but it wants us to have balance in our relationship with the material world. That means we shouldn't overvalue money, overvalue materials, put all of our, they say that money can't buy happiness. Well, that's because when you put your happiness in something external, which is outside of yourself, when true happiness comes from within, there is no experience of joy because we can't find happiness in something outside of ourselves. We can only find it from having balanced devotion and love within. So in this sense, Venus is, as we do these remedies with Venus, it's not to help you win the lottery. Sorry, everybody. It's to help you have a balanced relationship with money so you don't put your happiness in an amount of savings in your bank account or on a price target for your stocks or cryptocurrencies. Right? Also, Venus doesn't want us to undervalue the material world either. Venus is the guru of duality. It is not the renunciate. Right? That means that money doesn't buy happiness, but being poor sure hurts. Right? When you don't have enough money in a modern capitalistic society to pay your bills, to live in a nice, comfortable living situation, to live in a country that isn't war-torn and tyrannic or dictatorial, you're not free. You're in a prison. Right? So it's to not undervalue money, to understand the value of money so that we can be grateful for the gifts that we do have. Or if we are in a material predicament, to not just accept that this is so, but to fight to get out of that situation. So again, these are some of my gleamings on Venus. I hope they're interesting to everyone. And then also I want to do the Tantric seed sound. The Tantric seed sound, which is Om Dram Dream Dram Sa Shukraya Nama, is to actually improve Venus specific karmas in your chart, right? This is where you have karmas in your chart in which you have a lack of material prosperity, right? You are in poverty. This is for the people out there that have had 1, 2, 3, for marriages. I'm one of these people, by the way. I'm hoping the third time's the charm. Right? We are, when we target Venus-specific karmas, we're targeting the challenges that we have in the material, romantic, and interpersonal areas. We're targeting our issues with indulgence, right? You have an obesity problem, you have an addiction problem, the Venus seeds tantric sound will help. You have an anorexia or bulimia problem, you are hyper sattvic and don't know how to enjoy life, trust me, the Venus tantric sound will help. It wants to target these challenging karmas and give you a chance to experience joy, to experience beauty, to experience harmony in the areas that you are struggling with in your karma. So again, I will approach the mantra right now. I'm going to share it on my screen. I'm going to read it, and then I will perform. Okay, excellent. So first I'm going to perform it once, and then I'm going to slowly read the transliteration and then read the description before I go into my practice. Om Himakunda Manalabam Daichanam Paramam Gurum Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyaham. Hima Kunda Mernalabam Daichanam Paramam Gurum Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyaham. Himakunda Manalabam Daichanam Paramam Gurum Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyaham. This translates as like sandal and jasmine that has been crushed, right? Beautiful, right? When you have these beautiful flowers and then you crush them and then you smell them, the sweet nectar. The foremost guru of the forces of duality, right? That which is the opposing forces of the universe, the dualism, the Vedanta, the yin and the yang, the abundance and the lack of, the beauty and the ugly, the prosperity and the poverty, the bliss of marriage and the divorce, a long life and an early death, right? We experience what is more human than duality? The answer is nothing. Some days we are healthy and some days we are sick. Some days we are joyful and some days we are sad. Some days we are aggressive and other days we're passive, right? These are the forces of duality which Venus rules over. May we have balance in this duality. Venus is that who expounds all the scriptures, right? Venus is the Shastra Devata, right? The one who actually gifted us through the descendants of Lord Brigu, what we know as modern Parashari Jyotish. The descendant of Brigu, we bow down in devotion to you. We bow down devotion to you, Shukra, the emblem of love and attachment, because love and attachment is the duality, right? When love is something that when we all leave this earth, the person that we are in love with, our family members, our romantic partner, we leave them. This attachment is ripped free from us, and that is why there is so much suffering around the time of death, because we have to let go of our attachment to all the people that we care about and we love, right? I was with my grandmother before she passed away a few weeks ago. She looks into my eyes and she goes, "You're my Zisikite." Zisikite is a Yiddish word, which is a Hebrew slang. And the Yiddish word Zisikite means you are my heart. You are my affection, right? I said, "You're the love of my life." We looked into each other's eyes. I said that to her 48 hours before she died. And I carry that as a beautiful memory, right? But the suffering that I'm experiencing right now, it's because of my attachment to my grandmother. The fear that my grandmother had when she was dying was because of her attachment to me, to her son, to my other siblings, to my cousin. This is her attachments to her physical body. How attached are we to this physical body? Deeply is the answer. So as we work with this concept of the emblem of love and attachment, may we be balanced in our attachment. That is why they say, if you love something, let it go. If it's meant to be, it will come back to your heart. So again, I've really enjoyed chatting about Venus. By the way, some malas for Venus here, which I would like to be using. So the number one gem for Venus is diamond, and then the secondary gem is white sapphire. So unless you want to spend $5,000 on a mala, I'm not going to recommend those. Or a diamond mala would be $20,000. So for all of us humans out there that are trying to have a balanced relationship with Venus and not spend our life savings on a mala, I have 3 other recommendations for you. One is the gemstone of phenakite. Phenakite, which is a beautiful, similar chemical constituency to the diamond. And this one focuses on material balance, right? It brings prosperity. It brings not an overemphasizing of money, not an underemphasizing on money. So if you have material karmas with Venus that you want to work through, this is the gemstone, phenakite. This is a rose quartz, beautiful rose quartz. This rose quartz focuses on the romantic, right? You want to improve the relationship with your hubby, with your beloved. You feel distant from them. Work with the rose quartz. It'll help with the balance of that vibration. And then this last one is a specific type of diamond called a Herkimer diamond, which is much more affordable. And this helps us with the balance of our extremes, maybe eating too much or eating too little. We do too much drugs and alcohol, and we want to be sober, right? We spend too much time doing video games. We spend too much time focusing on this, right? This helps us have more of a balance and harmony in our life, which is the Herkimer diamond, right? This is the humility of our priorities. So again, the 3 gemstones which I recommend with their different effects are phenakite, Herkimer diamond, and the rose quartz. Beautiful. Okay, excellent. One moment here. Okay, lovely. So next, I will begin my mantra. Let's all tap into our hearts. Om Kundam Manalavam Daichanam Paramam Guru Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyam Imakunda Manalabam Daichanam Paramam Gurum Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyam Imakunda Manalabam Daichanam Paramam Gurum Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyaham. Om Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama. 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 Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama, 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 Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama. Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama, 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 Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama. Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama, 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 Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama. Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama, 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 Om Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama, Om Hrim Hrim Shukraya Nama, Om Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama, Om Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama, Om Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama. Om Hrim Krim Shukraya Nama. Om Hrim Krim Shuraya Nama. Om Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama. Om Hrim Shrim Shukraya Nama. Om. Jai Shri Shri Shukraya Deva Nama. Jai Shri Shri Shukraya Deva Nama. Jai Shri Shri Shukraya Nama. Hari Om. How's everyone doing? How are you feeling, Navjeet?
Oh, just really peaceful and just really beautifully sang. Really calming.
Good.
Yeah. I just like the way you explained everything about Venus initially and, addressed that. That was very beautifully explained. I really enjoyed the way you had put it together, you know.
Thank you, Nav.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So now we'll go into the Tantric mantra. And I am very, very excited about this. This targets the Venus specific karmas in your chart. So any difficult Venus placement, Venus dasha, whatever challenges Venus has in your chart, this will remedy them. So we will, again, it's not listed here. So just understand that the mantra here is Om Dram Dream Draum Sa Shukraya Nama. Om Dram Dream Draum Sa Shukraya Nama. Om Dram Dream Draum Sa Shukraya Nama. Makunda Manalabam Daichanam Paramam Gurum Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyam Imakunda Manalabam Daichanam Paramam Gurum Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyam Imakunda Manalabam Taichanam Paramam Guru Sarva Sastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyam Om Dram Dream Dram Sashukraya Nama. 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 Dram Dream Dram Sachukraya Nama 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 Ram Dream Ram 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 Sachukraya Nama Jai Shri Shri Shukraya Deva Namah. Hari Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Woo.
So blissful. Wow. So soothing and calming. Where do you get your malas, Ksanati?
I have a uh person who makes them. Well, I have a few different people, some in California, some in Colorado. But yeah, if anyone needs a good mala connection, you can email me from my website,
Yeah.
chanatijotish@gmail.
Okay. Sure. Thank you. This was wonderful. And I like the way you explained about Venus. That was a very, like, beautifully, I really connect with that description. So really enjoyed it. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes with Venus, people are like, think that Venus is like they're entitled. Like it's like this: Venus, give me money. Venus, give me partner. Venus, give me this, give me that. Like they're like demanding from Venus. And that's just not how it works.
Yeah.
Venus wants us to have harmony with certain things like money and romance and love and attachment and all of these things. So we have to learn the lessons that are associated with them. Like, for example, if you were born into billions of dollars, you would have no appreciation for what that wealth is. You become entitled to it, you become spoiled. So that's why you might have difficult financial karma, so you can appreciate what prosperity is and how hard it is to earn it. You know, personally, as someone who's been through 2 divorces already, understands the type of partner that's right for me, understands that self-love is more important than romantic love. And I had to learn that through a lot of suffering and failed relationships. That's just me being vulnerable. So this is how Venus works, not give me, give me, give me.
Yeah. Beautifully said. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Shamaji.
Lovely. So Nav and I will be back in the next few weeks for a third installment in this series. We haven't decided which planet yet, so we'll keep that a surprise for now. Thank you,
Thank
Nav.
you. Namaste.
Namaste.